Yo, welcome to the monthly update for November 2024. I'm 8 days late or 7 days late because I just forgot it. Um, yeah. Oh, I think I know why. So I'm gonna start basically with what happened towards the end of the month and then the last week and then go backwards. Mm, some travel stuff happened. So I want to talk about fitness, the party that we co-organized, and then also some business updates. So yesterday, we arrived back from a trip to the US to spend some time with Diara's parents. It was my first Thanksgiving ever. And yeah, we didn't know how long we would stay. We flew on standby because Diara's mom used to work as a stewardess for United Airlines. So we could fly for very little money, at least on the way there. On the way back, it was like something happened on the airports, and then it was too risky because if the plane for some reason gets filled up, then like the people on standby can't get on board. So we paid for the flight back. Um, yeah. So time in the US. Their parents have a new house, has a lot of space. It's really cool. They also have a huge dog, which is such a lovely dog. Really enjoyed spending time and cuddling this gigantic dog. Uh, that was cool. Mm. But it was also a little bit, yeah, I wouldn't say challenging, but some things were challenging, or some things triggered me a little bit. Especially because I just finished reading this book that a friend gifted gifted us, and it's an amazing book. Highly recommend it. Oops. It's written in 1975, I believe, and is kind of the first book that is fiction, and it talks about a more sustainable green future and society. And it's really, yeah, it's well written, and it gives you a really kind of good feeling for how they could look like, and also created quite a bit of hope in me and inspiration. And yeah, so in the society, they of course really care about the planet and nature, and they do recycling, and everyone knows how to repair the basic things and so on. And then seeing the contrast being in the US, and how yeah, it's I mean, in general, we live in a kind of a throwaway society with one-time use things like paper cups, plastic cups, um, packaging, bags, even like vaporizers, or like e-cigarettes, whatever, that you like, electronic devices that you only use once and then you throw them away. And even with recycling, that's just not a good way of yeah, treating the planet and using resources. Um, yeah, another thing that didn't happen, unfortunately, was that we continued to kind of work out while we're there. It was only 10 days, so not that big of a deal, but yeah, there were no weights, and then we could have done body weight exercises at home, but going to the gym, yeah, they're, I don't know, too big of an act because they are a little bit outside of the city. So you need a car for everything. You literally can't even go to a supermarket without a car, which is, I think, the case for a lot of people in the US, right? If you're not living inside of the city, then that's often just how it is. Um, yeah, I'm gonna switch back a little bit to the context of this book. So this book, it talks about the economics and, you know, even the architecture type of buildings people have, but also the way they live, and how they live in community. And that's something that Diara and I are craving, and basically all of our friends here as well. And yeah, like there were some good conversations, and I feel like there's a little bit more energy to actually making it happen, and also making it happen in the short term. because kind of the perfect setup would be that, I don't know, a group of, I don't know, 10 friends, maybe 7, 8, 10 friends. We own a piece of land. Everyone can build their own house there. We have a common area with like a big kitchen and living area and a pool and that kind of stuff. Um, and it should be close to the city, so we're not completely off. But that's a bigger project. It needs financial resources. It needs time to then build the things and so on. So what is something that's more realistic in the short term? And it could be that we just all really consciously choose a kind of place to live, maybe a neighborhood, maybe a kind of a village outside of or area outside of Lisbon, and to try to live as close to each other as possible. Maybe there's a way or a chance to get kind of apartments in the same building, so we can literally just visit each other without even leaving the house. That would be cool. And then I talked with my dad about it, and friends of them will move into a cluster apartment in Tübingen in Germany. So they're all like retired, I think, older couples. But this is a really cool concept, and I don't have it on my screen right now, but I'm gonna overlay the what is this called? The building plan with a layout of the apartments. So you have this middle area where it's shared common space. There's like a terrace, and there's a sauna, and then there are 4 smaller apartments all connected to the common area. The common area has the big kitchen and so on, but then the apartments also have a small kitchen. So you can't just be in your apartment with your own bathroom and bed and a small kitchen and so on, but connected to a bigger area. And I think it's such a cool concept, and I could really see or imagine that it becomes more and more popular. Yeah, especially in cities for like people that are maybe too old to live in a shared apartment with just a room. They want a little bit more privacy, maybe couples, maybe even small families. But then, yeah, in a building that is built in such a way that you have those cluster apartments, shared space. So I think that's super cool. Yeah, my intention was today. It's already Sunday, 6:30 in the evening. Maybe I'm gonna do it because tomorrow I want to get back into working out, and I found this gym 5 minutes from our house, walking, or even less actually. And I need to have like a proper workout plan, because at home with my weights, I used to work out with a YouTube video, and I want someone to tell me, okay, do this many times or for this time, and then we go on a break and then we continue. So let's see if I can create something like this for now moving on. Yeah, still feel a lot of dedication and kind of motivation to really make this a strong habit, to at least work out 2 times a week, and yeah, just build muscle for longevity, for just overall health reasons. Cool. What else do we have? Oh yeah, another trip that happened this month was snowboarding. So I flew to Milan, and then we had like a 2-hour car ride to basically the ski resort Matterhorn place, but the Italian side. And it was the first time in, I don't know, 6 years or something that I went snowboarding. There was basically no snow. So all the way to the top, we had some snow. We only went snowboarding actually for 1 day. The boots were not super comfortable. It was a little bit painful after a while, but for this 1 day, it was really great. And yeah, it just felt the same as I did 6 years ago. So the muscle memory, everything's still there. And then sauna in the evenings. In our hotel, we had a sauna. It was so good. A lot of food. We also did an amazing hike. And yeah, some good nature time. It was cool. Tiara was supposed to come as well, but then she decided against it a few days before, which maybe was a good thing. Like just to have a little bit of our own experiences. Yeah, so that was fun. I've never went, I think, snowboarding just by flying somewhere. Obviously, I don't have a snowboard anymore, but we just got everything from the hotel, the boots, the goggles, whatever, gloves even, and so yeah, just like a small luggage and a carry on, and that was pretty easy. Okay, then at the beginning of the month we had this party. It's called Vida More. It was the fourth, I believe, fourth party. Um, yeah, that we kind of co-organized a little bit over the last month, and yeah, it was cool. I think there's gonna be another one in 2.5 months from now. Um, yeah, just also good to connect more with kind of our community here, or like a part of it, the organizing team. Um, yeah, and then kind of biggest update I would say is in business, and since we still haven't managed to record another video on our business couple YouTube channel, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it here. So 6-7 weeks ago, we started working with David, a coach consultant who helped us with setting up our outbound systems like email and LinkedIn and so on, and just doing this in a little bit higher level. The LinkedIn, we had LinkedIn kind of a setup before, but not properly, and with a different software now and an email, and it's like it's picking up now. Of course, it always takes a while to kind of ramp up, but we're having a bunch of calls lined up, new leads coming in. Got one client already from this outbound thing for 11.5K, and he's amazing. He's really great guy and has so much potential. So I'm really excited for him to get his own first consulting clients. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of cool things happening. At the same time, like doing all of this kind of email setup, admin stuff is it's not really my zone of genius. It's like more energy draining than giving to me. And Yara and I are kind of in conversation right now if we want to shift things a little bit, me focusing more on like the human to human aspects, more on like more normal coaching again, rather than being an entrepreneur, consultant, advising, teaching people, which is also cool. It also can be fun, but I think it's just not where my full um, passion is. Like I want to explore with people, like their worldviews, their narratives, how they're holding them back, and to inspire them to think bigger, to trust themselves more, to get out of their comfort zone, and it's the most fun if I don't know what's going to happen. When I'm really just dropping in and having my intuition guide me, and my curiosity to just help the other person as much as possible to have new insights and new shifts in their thinking and how they feel and how they take action in the world. So yeah, we might kind of change things a little bit. So I take the lead on that, and then I pull in Diara when the client needs help with like strategy and structure and organizing things, which at some points in the journey are very important. And Diara is so amazing with that. And she takes the lead more on our transformative program that helps people get into consulting or grow their consulting business. And then she pulls me in if there's some resistance, some insecurities, imposter syndrome come up, and so on. Yeah, we just have to figure out the details basically on what that could look like. We also have a new person that we are meeting with tomorrow again, who would kind of take over the email outbound systems and A/B testing, and just kind of optimizing things there. And I hope that works out well. I have a good feeling. Um, oh yeah, one other completely not business related thing, well, a little bit, is I don't have or didn't have Instagram on my phone since 3-4 weeks, maybe longer, and I'm already completely used to it. It's like I don't miss it at all. I did notice that I have like there's still like this dopamine craving, and it doesn't just get away. So like, sometimes I'm taking my phone to go on Twitter, which is kind of similar with like short form content. Like you scroll and you try to find something that's entertaining and interesting. But it's like at a minimum, I don't know, maybe on average 10 minutes a day or something like that. So that's really cool. I do want to still, I don't know, post some things on Instagram, but I don't know exactly yet how they would look like. And yeah, maybe using our amazing assistant to kind of be the middleman between me and like the platform. And then I've also started to learn more about LinkedIn, because that's the platform that we're posting on at the moment. And yeah, it just has its own rules. It's also changing constantly. They also now have short form content on the phone app. Yeah, but that feels good. Cool. I think that's it for this monthly update. I might overlay some things here. Well, you've already seen it then in this point of the video, if I'm not too lazy to do that before I upload it. All right. Ciao.